Come in, Natsuki. It's kind of close by, okay?
Sorry.
Why am I in the middle?
Oh, we're supposed to share this, aren't we? Share.
You should have put, seats here.
Oh,
This is live right now, right? But no one's watching.
right.
It. Okay. Are you saving this afterwards? Can we
Yes.
archive it? Okay, cool.
I think we can. Is it anybody?
I don't think so. We're alone.
Yeah.
Was he supposed to share the link separately?
I don't think
Because even if people come to our channel.
But if they're subscribing, it'll say
Oh, really?
Right.
they went live. And then you shared it on LinkedIn, but
Right.
maybe like Nino-san or someone can share it on Twitter too, or wherever we have it.
I want to edit that one. Right.
You're live. How did you know?
We are.
Like, you already started broadcasting?
Yes.
People
I did.
can hear us now.
Well, no one's watching apart from Nino-san, but yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, but if we are going to like archive this.
Yeah.
I think it should be. How do we know if there's anybody?
なんか
Anima can you see us?
What?
Can you see us?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. Should we end it and start again? No, it's fine. Okay. This is weird.
Okay. All right. Anyways, let's get started. Thank you so much for tuning in to come and get to know us. So we have special guests again today. All right.
Hi, I'm Sophie.
Hi, I'm Natsuki.
Yay. All right. So thank you so much for submitting all your questions. We got so many questions. So thank you so much for asking all the questions that you asked. So we're basically going to go into answering the questions. And if you have any additional questions, please leave a comment and we'll answer your question as well. Okay. So maybe let's start with question number 1. Who wants to take question number 1?
I feel like we can all just do this as an intro. So it's
Okay.
how many years have you lived in Japan? So if I go first, I have been here for 5 years now. This summer. What about
Right.
you?
About 4.5 years now.
What about you, Natsuki?
I was born in Japan. So I technically lived since the born,
Right.
You lived overseas, right?
Yeah,
Right.
I was in the States for a year. So I have lived in Japan for 28 years in total, I think.
Oh, we're doing some maths now. I see.
Right. All right. And so for question number 2.
So I think for question number 2, I want to start with this one, is how to get a job in Japan as a fresher. So advice for college students. And I would say if you're still studying right now, it's probably a good idea to look for jobs while you're studying. There are some that you can come over to Japan as soon as you've graduated, because you will require the bachelor's degree for visa purposes. If you're studying, it's a good chance as well to like study some Japanese so that you're more prepared before you come here, I guess.
That's true. Natsuki, any tips for freshmen, not freshers?
I think just Sophie covered everything. But yes, so earlier it's better for the preparation. If you're trying to come to Japan, maybe it would be great if you could study a little bit of Japanese.
Right.
So the procedure after arrival will be smoother. So I recommend you start learning Japanese earlier.
That's true. Exactly. And then I think also maybe just, additional points. For example, if you want to get into English teaching, also try and get a TOEFL. Kind of helps to, make you stand out from all the other applicants. So if you can do extra courses as well, that's very helpful. It will make your applications a little bit, stronger.
And do as much as you can before you start like feeling the pressure to find a job, so that you're as prepared as possible.
Exactly. Okay, next question.
So we've had a few questions which are a little bit difficult for us to answer because we do not work in the immigration department, but we've had a few questions about why it might be difficult to come across to Japan, or when will the border be opened for new people coming in.
Right.
I guess unfortunately we don't really have the inside scoop on that.
Right.
I guess the best thing to do would just be patient and try and find a company who can sponsor your visa. There have been a few people, like some companies, who can have people come over from overseas. You do have to quarantine for 2 weeks, but once that's over with, you're here. So it's not like it's all hope is lost. You know, like there is still a chance. So don't give up.
That's true. So yeah, as Sophie said, we don't have any specific data from the government. Like we don't know. I think they do give updates, you know, every now and then. But as of now, it's really difficult to say the borders are going to open this month or this year or anything. Everyone is just waiting to see how the situation goes. So yeah, I don't know, Natsuki, do you have anything else?
Yeah, like as you two said, it's really difficult to predict the timing of opening the border opening at this moment. But please make sure that you check all the news from the government so that you know as soon as they release the news about the border opening. So please keep yourself updated.
That's true. All right, next question.
So next we have some kind of fun ones that are less visa specific. So there's quite a lot of questions from this one person, but they're all really interesting. So I'm going to try and do as many as we can. So regarding like, where is your favorite place to visit in Japan, or where have you been so far?
Right.
Do you want to start?
Okay, I'll go first. My favorite place so far, I will say Okinawa. Like it's so nice. I've been to Okinawa. So Okinawa was really, honestly, very beautiful. Like the nice beaches and the water. It's just really nice. I really loved Okinawa. How about you, Sophie?
So I used to live in Ishikawa, and I would always recommend that for people to come to. I live just outside Kanazawa. It's a really nice place. But I also really like Nagasaki down in Kyushu, which is where you're from, isn't it? Exactly. It is. That's why I like Natsuki so much. It's like
also, you don't like me so much?
Oh my god, of course not.
Oh my goodness.
So I think I should recommend Nagasaki.
Right.
So I was born there and raised there. But then like scenery is really beautiful. We have like those mountains and like sea. Like the prefecture is surrounded by the sea, so you can enjoy swimming, you can enjoy surfing, and you can enjoy eating fish. They are always fresh.
Right, fresh, right?
Yeah, we have good sushi.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I need to visit now.
Yeah, I would recommend you.
Right.
And none of Japan, Nagasaki.
Right.
Nagasaki is Japan. It's the center of Japan.
Right.
Yeah, I just personally agree. Yes.
Right.
Well, here's a great one for Natsuki. How would you rate your Japanese language skills?
I want to believe that I'm N1 level.
You want to believe.
But N1 is really difficult for even Japanese.
I've heard that.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess like Japanese is such a complex language because like I know even with Keigo, like some people, even though they are Japanese, but they don't know, you know, all the Keigo, and it's just really hard.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Really
hard. I sometimes have like the words I want to use for my thoughts, but sometimes I don't know if that is really the right way of saying it.
Right.
I just simply Google it. Like this word was appropriate.
It's true. Like really I've seen a lot of like newcomers to the company, and they've just graduated, and they have all these books that are like telephone Japanese, like Keigo, like all these different things, because the rules are so crazy. So it makes me feel not so bad when I don't know things, because I'm like, nobody knows.
Exactly. Because even kanji, like, I mean, Japanese people sometimes don't know certain kanji, like, you know, it's a very difficult language. Like, it's
really very complex. I still find some kanjis I don't know, so I need to
Right.
I feel embarrassed, but still, I have so many words
don't be.
I don't know.
Right. Because even the funny thing I heard, like if sometimes people go to the hospital and they have to fill out a form and they have to write a kanji, sometimes they can't remember like what? How do I write it again? I mean, it's different from typing. If you're typing, once you see it, you know, but writing it actually, you might kind of miss it or not remember.
Like we too much got used to using iPhone.
Right.
So they they have automated what is that, conversion?
Right.
Feature.
Right.
Function. Sorry.
Right.
So when I try to write it down on the paper, I just forget.
I know what you mean. I can relate because when I have to sometimes write something like a form, I can't remember the hiragana. But if I'm typing, I know it. But if I want to write, I'm like, how does cool look like again? Like I can't remember because we're so used to
just typing.
Right.
iPhone is like too good.
Right. I know. Right. Sophie wants another question.
So I think this one's kind of interesting. Is about what is it like meeting new people or making friends in Japan? I think especially with COVID right now, it can be hard to meet people.
I think so.
So
I think so.
do you guys have any tips for how you meet people? I have one if you don't.
That's for you can go first.
Okay. Maybe some like applications. What I know is the app called what is that called? Internations. So they hold many events for those who come from abroad, or for Japanese people can join too. But they hold some events like yoga events or like business skill development kind of event they hold. So if you can participate, maybe you can make friends there, and you can just have create connections with people who are in the same industry or similar. So maybe that's one thing.
I think so. That's a good one, actually.
What about you?
For me, I would say maybe the English, what is it called? Exchange apps. Like, like if you want to learn a language and then maybe, you can meet at a cafe or something like that. That's, I think that's my only one.
I guess I'm not sure what it's like now with COVID, but there did used to be like sort of language exchange events in real life. So you could go there and meet people, and you could also practice your Japanese, which is always good.
Right.
I think, like Natsuki said, there's apps and stuff. Actually, recently, like 2 weeks ago, I started this. Do you guys know the app Bumble? It's traditionally a dating app, but they actually have something called Bumble BFF, and it's only for friends for finding a BFF. And it's like you can switch the dating part off completely, and it only shows you girls. So there's like no creepy people. Like it's totally normal. I started using it like 2 weeks ago, and it's been fun. I would recommend it. It's good for like right now with COVID,
I really like the title.
Bumble BFF. There's a lot of bees.
Right.
But yeah, I feel like other than that, I don't really have much advice because most of my friends are coworkers.
Yeah.
All my coworker friends.
That's right. So I hear we're getting comments. I'm trying to check to see how we can open chat. Okay, Sophie, you can keep talking.
Okay, you can keep talking.
I'm just trying to look for how to see people's comments so that we can answer.
Okay. So, one of the questions was about, do you miss or get homesick for anything back home that you can't find in Japan? This is one I think about all the time because there's so many, like I'm from the UK and there's so many British sweets that, Kaldi is really good and I love it, but they don't have a lot of UK things. And so stuff like, do you guys know Jaffa cakes? Michelle, you know. You don't?
No.
Oh my god. It's like this.
Or maybe we have a different name for it.
It's like a circle that's like a sort of biscuity cake on the bottom, and then in the middle it's like an orange jelly, and then on top it's chocolate. I can't explain it, but if you just look it up, it's so good. They don't have that. What about you? Do you miss anything?
I do. I would say I miss I know beef jerky. Like it's so random.
They don't have
but
that here?
They do, but then it tastes different. Like beef jerky in Zimbabwe, like it's so organic. I don't know how to like here it's kind of sweet a little bit, but then back home it's not sweet at all. It's kind of like spicy-ish, and
like a pepper.
Right. And then we have like different types, like because we do have a lot of like wild animals, so like you might have like I don't know. as an example, buffalo jerky, or
Oh, wow.
and it's really good, but I can't get that here.
No.
So I miss that.
I know, like food, like local food, reminds you like a lot of memories related to
I know,
food.
right?
That makes you. I can just relate.
Right.
It makes you
Well, you miss things
Exactly.
from when you were in America, right? Stuff
Yeah.
that you can't have here.
It's so many things, but like all the things are food related.
It's all food, I think, is what I miss.
I
the
think
most.
so.
I miss like great time.
Okay, maybe we can read.
Amazing.
Right, me too. Oh,
I can choose one.
all right. Are we still live? Okay. So we do have a couple of comments. Sophie, do you want to read the comments?
I can't see
I
them.
can't really see comments too. Oh, Natsuki, please.
Yes. So, which place recommend playing something in Tokyo, Chiba, Saitama, and Kanagawa? So, Soto area.
Kanto area places to go.
Hmm.
You're the party girl.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Places I would recommend. I don't know, like I do love roller coasters, so I love going to Tokyo Dome. It's so much fun because they have like roller coasters, and I
that's
love
true.
it. So I would recommend Tokyo Dome. That's the place I would recommend.
I love it there too. I feel like all the places that I'm thinking of are places that everyone has been. They're like, really obvious places like Asakusa. Or if you haven't been, then you should just go.
Right.
I think it's really nice there. There's a lot of good stuff to eat.
I think so. How about you, Natsuki?
Too many really difficult to.
I know.
But the Chinese street in Yokohama.
Oh, yeah.
I love that place as well.
I actually haven't been there.
You haven't?
What?
Oh, we should go.
We should.
Let's take that
And,
street.
everyone recommends that place, and you can enjoy all Chinese food, and the street is really big.
Right.
So you can just spend one whole day there. That's what I hear, but I haven't been there yet.
Oh,
I haven't been in a really long time.
Me
I haven't
too.
been actually to Yokohama in like 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't remember the last time I went actually. Oh, I love the place where it's like the
Like
what's it called?
Minatomira.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
place. Minatomira.
ah,
I love the place.
With
The water
The big
and then
wheel
the
and all
park.
there.
That's a nice place as well. I would
Yeah.
recommend that.
Oh, that reminds me of like Odaiba in Japan. I mean, in Tokyo. I like Odaiba.
Odaiba, yes.
I
I love Odaiba
I like
too.
the water, and you have like a really nice city view,
Exactly.
especially at night.
Oh,
It looks so
beautiful.
pretty.
I know.
and I think they have many barbecue places.
Oh, they
Yeah,
do.
like,
They do.
I
they
wanted to
do.
do that.
Me too.
So maybe like that.
I think so.
Saitama.
Oh, Saitama.
There's-
I've never been to Saitama.
You've never been.
I've never. Maybe like passing through, but
Oh.
like never like to visit. Like to
Really?
say I'm going to
I'm gonna
to Saitama.
I have one place.
Okay.
So it's called it's near from Hanno Station, and it's called Moomin
Oh,
Valley
I know
Park.
that place. I've not been though.
So like
I wanna go.
it consists of two big places.
Mhm.
One is the themed park
Mhm.
called Moomin Valley Park.
Mhm.
So you can enjoy all the world of Moomin. You can
Yeah.
take pictures with
Oh,
I
Moomin.
know. I wanna go there.
And like there is like
Mhm.
there are houses.
Ah,
The Moomin house.
Yeah,
right.
Moomin houses. And so you can enjoy like a lot of like events there.
Right. Oh, we need
And
to
also
go.
like there's one more place called I forgot, but Finland themed place.
Inside
Oh.
them. Close
Is
to there.
And, like,
Oh yeah, they have like
close
Finnish
next
food and
to-
stuff.
Yes,
Mhm.
next to
Yeah.
that Moomin Valley Park.
Mhm.
Oh, really? Oh.
So
We
there's
need to go.
mini Finland in Saitama.
Yeah.
Oh, and also there's Koshigaya Lake Town, which is the biggest mall in Japan.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
really? I didn't know
Huge.
about that.
I
It's-
don't know what that either.
It's like great.
Mm.
I love it. There's like 3 huge malls, like a huge outlet mall. If you like shopping, they also have a micro pig cafe there.
Of course.
I've
That's
not
so
been there.
cute. I know.
I've not been there. I want to see the pigs.
Oh, me too. Because those are cute, right?
So many we can pick one, but
Yeah.
I know.
There's a lot to do.
There's a lot
Give
to
us
do,
any
right.
ideas if you find a good place.
I know. Other comments. Oh, TTKK said, I also feel different. Japanese, right.
Please teach them cake.
Natsuki, please teach them keiko. Please.
Just a few little
That-
Right.
simple
you,
things.
Mhm.
But maybe some like words which almost always works if you put that at the end of the word. If you say like desu, masu, or gozaimasu, like there are the words which make the sentence keigo way.
Right.
So if you say ohayo gozaimasu, it's good morning. I don't know, if you say ohayo, it's just good morning.
Yeah.
But if you say ohayo gozaimasu, you can say that to your boss.
Right.
You don't say ohayo to your boss.
What about next level fancy keigo?
Right.
Maybe 恐縮でございます.
Oh my god.
that is
yeah, okay.
hard. Oh,
It's
that
the
is
one that's
hard.
Like being humble.
Yeah. Like when someone buys you a really nice birthday present or something, like your boss.
Yeah. So there's so many sentences to show your humbleness.
Yeah.
Right.
That's very
And there's like levels, right? Because like, for example, there's like gomenasai, and then there's like moshi wakimasen. There's like, it's like,
right, yeah.
you know, there's like levels to it. Right.
It's so true.
Right.
So many
there's
ways to say
levels.
sorry.
Right.
So many ways to be like, I'm humbled by
Right.
this.
I love it though. I
Me
love
too.
it.
Yeah, like they're really careful about like, communicating.
That's
with people.
true.
They won't always want to be polite. That's
Mhm.
the reason why we have so many different ways
Right.
to show your gratitude
Yeah.
or
Right.
humbleness
Mm.
to people.
And I love that about Japan,
Me
honestly.
too.
I do. I really do. Then what's the other comment? I like Korakuen. Korakuen.
Especially the
Spa
spa. Have you been
Lakwa.
to it?
I've been.
I've never been.
I've been to Spa Lakwa. It's so nice. I've been one time. You haven't been there? It's a Tokyo Dome.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful.
Like, it looks really nice.
It's really nice. It kind of makes you feel like you've gone to, you know, like for example, Fukuoka Hotel, and it's you're on vacation kind of thing. It's really nice. I want to go again.
We just got another new question about what is the fun parts and the hard parts of working in Japan. So,
Sophie, you go
okay,
first.
I'll go first. Okay, so fun part for me. So I always wanted to live overseas. Like that was like since I was a kid, that was like I didn't care where. I just wanted to be overseas. So that I think for me is like one of the biggest things. Particularly in Japan, like you get the opportunity to learn a new language too, which was something I really wanted to do because coming from the UK, you know, we are very lazy. We don't learn anything other than English, and it's sort of embarrassing. So I really wanted to like have something else that I could do.
Oh, that sounds nice. How about you, Natsuki?
I have.
It's hard for me.
I know.
You can go first.
Okay, let me go first. Okay, starting with the fun part, I would say that for the most part, like jobs here in Japan allow you to, you know, live comfortably. You know, like you don't have to work 5 jobs. Like in other countries, you might have to work 2, 3, 4 jobs. You know, to make a living. You know, to pay bills. But in Japan, usually with one job, you can live off of, you know, just one job. So I guess that's, you know, the fun part for me. And then the hard part would be the language, I think. I'm still learning, you know, trying to improve. But sometimes I'll go to the hospital and I'll be like, you know, it's kind of hard sometimes. So I would say the language sometimes can be a little bit challenging, but thank God for Google Translate.
Yeah, it's so true.
Right.
Also get my part. I don't have an experience with working abroad, but so I'll just talk based on my experience only working in Japan. But fun, like good part, I'm not sure if it's fun part. The good part is we appreciate the like Japanese companies appreciate teamwork. So when you are having a hard time and when things don't go well, these people come to you and ask if there is anything they can help you.
That's true.
It's always teamwork. So I think you feel like that you are supported by the company well.
Yeah, that's nice.
So yeah, that's a good thing. And the hard part is long working hours.
Overtime.
That's
Like,
true.
The people are too hard working. So sometimes it's kind of feels difficult to leave before your boss.
That's true. That's true.
it depends on the company, but
Right.
most of the people work too much.
Right.
Yeah,
That's true.
that's true.
Just to add on to the point you talked about, Natsuki, like the teamwork, because like where I'm from, like the company cultures, it's so competitive. Like, it's kind of like, even though we're working towards the same goal, but we kind of like competing with, we're working as if we're competitors. But in Japan, it's more like we support each other. Like all of us are kind of working. And I really like that because I hate the whole competitiveness within, there's like, it can be really, right. So I really like that. I really do. Wait, there's another comment. Natsuki,
Natsuki
you should
go
go to
go relax, Natsuki.
Yeah, and working hours is so hard. That's true. But then I think Japan is trying hard to kind of regulate, the overtime. It's really changed from when I came to Japan. I think there wasn't any limit in terms of like, work overtime. But then now they're kind of trying to have laws in place to say, you cannot work beyond certain hours. So Japan is trying to change that, which is good.
Yes, like I see like a lot of changes
Right.
compared to like 10 years ago.
Right.
Oh yeah, I can
People
imagine.
just overwork too much. So that is one of the reasons it's really difficult for women to just keep working.
That's true.
After having a kid.
Mm.
But now the law changed and companies try to make sure employees work healthy.
Right.
So more women come back to the office after having birth,
Right.
and it's getting better.
That's true, for
We are
sure.
on the way.
So that's a good thing. Any other questions, Sophie?
I guess so. One of the ones we got was about what is the experience of the pandemic been like for each of you? I guess have you learned anything about yourself or like even your community around you? What have been some changes? How's it been for you?
I would say for me, like I'm a very social person, so it's been like a drastic change from, being able to socialize with people in person and learning to be by myself a lot of the time because working from home, even weekends I can't really do anything. I can't meet my friends. So it's been a very big change from being very social, going out, meeting friends, to just learning to like staying at home, which I've actually adjusted to. And now I think it's going to be more difficult for me to go back to normal life because I literally don't want to do anything these days. Over the weekend I'm just like, I'm happy to just be lazy. It's going to be hard when people start inviting me to functions and I'm like, I don't know if I want to go.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think that's been, the biggest change for me.
Yeah, I feel like, well, I didn't really do much anyway before. Like, I'm kind of like a chill person. I don't really like to do a lot.
Right.
So I think it was kind of interesting for me, like you said, the difference. I might see my friends like once a month. I might be like, okay, fine. But now since COVID, I live alone. I work from home. Like you have to be really like intentional about what you're gonna do, who you're gonna see. Like you have to make sure that you still do see people and you don't like be alone for too long. Because if it hits a point where you've been alone for a while, then it's kind of
that's true.
Weird. Not so much now, but like in the early days of COVID, it was definitely like that. Like I think there was like 3 months I didn't see anybody.
That's true. I remember
at the very start.
I remember that. And that was so hard to adjust to.
Yeah. And I felt like I was going crazy.
Me too.
But I think the good parts of it are like now that we work from home, we don't have to commute.
That's true.
And you guys will remember like my commute was quite long and I would always be really tired.
Right.
And I didn't eat properly because I like didn't have time to cook.
Right.
So now I'm always cooking for myself. And I remembered that I enjoy cooking, which I totally forgot.
Right.
And
I used to eat out a lot.
I used to like eat out every lunch. And I would never cook dinner because I would get home so late.
Right.
But now like I can cook in my lunch break because I'm at my house.
Right, exactly.
And I like enjoy it and I forgot.
Right.
So that's been nice to remember.
How about you, Natsuki?
Maybe 2 things. So one, like about the office. I feel like office is the place where you like work and like you are being productive. But I actually realized that like office is the place you work, but at the same time you communicate with your coworkers and you get a lot of information and like you you get happier.
Right,
You know,
right.
like, communicating with like good coworkers, you get a lot of power from there.
Mhm.
And so now we don't have it. We can chat
Mhm.
online, but it's a bit
True.
different.
That's true.
So like I just realized
Mhm.
like I like gain a lot from like commuting and being at the
Mhm.
office and
Mhm.
socializing with coworkers.
That's
But
true.
there is a good thing about this environment too.
Mhm.
Like since we don't have to commute, so
Mhm.
those who have families, they spend a lot of time with
Ah,
their
that's
families.
true.
Fathers, I think they spend more time with babies and childcare.
That's true.
I think it's a great thing
I think
for
so.
employees. They can spend more time with family.
That's true.
So that's a
That's
good
true.
thing.
Right. That's true. I like that. Okay, we're running out of time. We have one more comment. Sophie, do you want to read that comment? Oh, that's a question actually. Sorry.
Question, yeah. It's, what kind of country will you work in the future? So are you guys, are you ever going to plan to work in a different country, or do you think it'll be Japan for forever?
Natsuki, let Natsuki go first.
Natsuki, go first. Natsuki, what about you?
I like Japan, but I think because of this pandemic COVID-19, it's getting more easier to work from remote, like from
Right.
So I think it's more like where it's more like where would you want to live? Rather than where
Yeah,
you want to
True.
work.
that's true.
True.
So I don't know, but maybe there is a option like possibility I'll consider living.
Yeah.
in
So you could live
different
somewhere but still work
Still-
Yeah.
from
right.
Japan.
Oh, that's
Yes.
good. Right.
That's true. That's true.
Right. How about Sophie?
I don't really have any plans to leave. I don't think I could live anywhere else now. I've gotten really used to living here.
Right.
And when I, like on the rare occasion that I'd ever like went on holiday overseas, I would be like sort of culture shocked. Like I would be sort of like, oh my God, like, you know, people are on their phone on the train or like people shout at you in the street and like, I don't know, like it's, everywhere feels scary to me now. So I think I'll probably end up staying here, at least for the foreseeable future.
Kind of like the same with me. Like I feel like Japan has spoiled me, and I'm so used to living here. And I know when I go back home, I'm going to be so shocked at everything. Like, oh my goodness, this is how people live.
This is how I was raised.
Right. So I mean, I've just been so used to living in Japan, and I love it here. Of course, it's not perfect, but I absolutely love it. So I don't see myself, ever moving from Japan unless
really
it's something
love it,
unique, right?
We're not gonna leave.
No, we're not gonna leave in Natsuki.
You're the best.
Thank you.
Right. Okay, so I think we're running out of time, but we just want to thank everyone who tuned in today to come and get to know us and talk to us and ask us questions. We honestly, really, really appreciate it. Natsuki, Sophie, I don't know if you have any final words to say to everyone.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching and asking us questions. It's really fun for us to just communicate with people who subscribe our channel. So thank you for taking time.
Thank you. So we will be having another session. So please look forward to that. And once again, thank you. And goodbye from us.
Bye.